I promised you all that at 500 Twitch subs, I'd make Apex Makes No Sense Part 2. And boy, did you deliver. Our next sub goal, by the way, is 690. Nice. And if we hit that sub goal, I'll make Gibraltar for noobs. So come to my Twitch and sub if you want that. Anyways, as usual, I went on Twitter and asked my followers what you thought makes no sense about Apex. And my lord, that's a lot of responses. You all clearly think this game makes no sense. So without further ado, let's start the show. Noah Minky asks, how can Caustic and Watson hold so many traps in their inventory? Well, for Caustic, it's obvious. It's clearly because he's actually super skinny, and the traps are what make him look so caustic. Plus, the traps are collapsible, like they turn to these little discs, so it's possible to fit like 6 in a backpack. As for Watson, you see that big thing on her back? Yeah, that? What do you think that's for, Minky? Seriously, does anybody know? She's not using that to hold nodes. I actually don't know what that is. Somebody in the comments, please tell me what that is on her back. Hot Dog Dragon 2 wonders why Revenant shadows can climb infinitely in Shadowfall, but you can't climb infinitely after using a death totem. Oh, you think that's dumb, Hot Dog Dragon? Remember the Revenant cinematic? That boy climbs an entire skyscraper. And in reality, all Revenant can climb is, well, not even this wall. Revenant, more like Reva can't climb. Loser, stupid robot humanoid, Loba's parent killing dum-dum. Learn to climb, you noob. 123 Skylander 456 asks, why can't the legends use the knockdown shield as normal shields, right? You have this dope shield that you have in the backpack, but you only whip it out when dying? What gives? Here's my theory. The shield is circular. Who else has a circular shield? That's right, Captain America, which is owned by Marvel, who teamed up with Fortnite, Apex's competitor. So basically, that's why you can't use the shield until you're dying. It's to make fun of Fortnite. Duh! It's a genius marketing move, Respawn. Big brain plays. Netherrack Boy 1 pointed out that the bombs for Gibby and Bangalore ults come out of nowhere. Now, obviously this isn't true. They call in an airstrike. Yeah, nothing drops them, huh? Well, maybe it's like a spaceship that sends it down. This is a spacey type game. But then HTZ makes a good point by asking, if Bangalore signals an airstrike, how does she not have contact with her unit? If you saw my Bangalore for Noobs video, it's you can check it out later if you want. We know canonically that she lost contact with her unit, but has access to airstrikes? Maybe the Apex games gave this ability to her, but then why wouldn't every person want that option? You know what? I'm gonna go invisible and spawn clones. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna have a bunch of bombs fall from the sky. Wait, what? That's an option? Why can't my boy Mirage get better? Well, IDK, Respawn's devs have confirmed that a buff is incoming. But who needs buffs when you can just be the best?
I'm going. Easy.
Hashtag don't buff Mirage, he's fine how he is. Just kidding, please buff him, this was sarcasm. Ceci Miguel says, how thick do their asses have to be? Why are they allowed to slide so much? Easy. They are all thick AF, bro. Plus they have the state-of-the-art gear made for sliding, so it's fine. But then Barekas asks, have you tried to slide in real life? How are the Apex heroes sliding so easily in sand? I can slide easily in sand. Here I am doing the cha-cha slide. And here's the Tootsie slide. You see, it's stupid easy. And now, a new segment called Makes Sense, where you, the fans, solve the problems for me. You know how Revenant climbs higher? Well, Octane and Pathfinder both have robot legs too, so how? But not robot claws. Why does Revenant hate Pathfinder so much? I could understand him just being annoyed by his overly nice attitude, but pretty much every banner or voice line makes it seem like Pathfinder is just completely despised by him. It's because Pathfinder is an MRVN, and Revenant knows that usually MRVNs are made in Hammond. So Revenant pretends that Pathfinder is from Hammond, but I think he isn't. How does Revenant's silence stop Octane from using his steroids? It's just a syringe pretty much. No. See, Revenant's silence just gives the characters short-term memory loss, so they forget their abilities for the next 20 seconds. Why doesn't Gibby have the same power level as God himself? He does. Thank you so much, all of you, for doing my job for me. It really does make my life easier. Now back to the show. The Quack Duck says, if it's called P2020, how does it have a P2019 print on the side of it? It's actually quite simple. You see, 2020 has been a pretty rough year. I think the P2020 didn't want to be associated with such a terrible year. Pavlos Papato says, why do legends have to be on jump towers to dive further when they can just do that from a high place? It is weird, right? You have these jetpacks, which I've explained in the last video is why there's no fall damage, but you can't fly unless you use a balloon? What's in that balloon? Like gas? Are they low on gas? Is that it? Does that mean Caustic can fly? Oh my gosh, that's how they should buff Caustic. Let him fly on his traps. But in all seriousness, we know this is because of game balance. Imagine if a character could just zip and zoom across a map without any penalties. Oh, I just described Pathfinder, didn't I? Well then. Edgy Name GhostX says that as Lifeline, if you revive a teammate and put your healing drone at the same time, another drone will just appear.
Health drone if you need it. I've got you.
Wait, Lifeline has multiple drone boys? But all of her art only shows one. Unless that one isn't the same. Oh no. She has thousands and just kills them off every time she uses them. She murders drones. No! No! Ruxard Garcia says, why does Bloodhound have a bird but not use it in battle? Did you not watch the cinematic? Just grab his beacon and respawn him. I don't see the problem here. It is quite clear that the bird, aka Arthur, is the spiritual successor to Bloodhound's mentor and father figure. Arthur, come on, why would he force that bird to fight? And even then, how much damage would a bird do? Who uses birds in fights? You got a sniper? No, but I got a bird. Who says that? Like, what is this world you live in where birds are stronger than bullets? A guy on the internet points out that the train makes a metal grinding noise when it stops, despite there not being any contact between the train and the ground. I tested this, and it doesn't make a metal sound. Okay, so, myth busted? Manny Hagopian says that the fact that the game looks and feels like Titanfall but has nothing to do with it, that's what's wild to me. Well, that appears to be a deliberate choice to set it in the Titanfall universe but never mention Titanfall. If you have a problem, just take it up with the writers of What? I don't understand. You're the writer. Just change it. I don't understand. Vel wonders how a punch deals the same damage as a knife. Well, I don't have the kunai, so in order to showcase this, I'm going to spend $500 on boxes and hope for the best. Okay, here I go. Okay, so now that Respawn's here, let's talk. I love Apex Legends and I want it to succeed on multiple levels, but something is holding the game back, and I'm just trying to help by addressing big concerns. You gotta let your community make custom matches. People want to create good and fun content, but they're limited to the public games that they can play. The pros want to scrim more, but only a few select people have access to these custom matches. So people that want to climb and be better at the game, they can never truly practice the way that pros do. So there really is no tier 2 scene. There's barely even an esports scene in general. Community members like myself would love to host tournaments, but I can't do that because I don't have access to making custom games. Your esports scene has the potential to grow, but because you're not doing this, it just won't. If you're worried about player-based retention, just work hard on cross-platform. Fortnite and Warzone have done this to great success. Before people freak out about PC players playing against PS4 players, please know that the #1 player on PC Apex Legends, the #1 Predator, Noct, plays on controller. Controller players are very strong on PC. Cross-platform would triple the player base by itself, and it would also allow for more limited time modes to occur, without the fear of losing players. Also, you guys just need to come out with more balanced patches quicker, that truly change the meta, because the meta has been quite stale for a while. I'd rather you overtune a character who has been bad for a while, like Mirage or Octane, kind of like how you fixed Gibraltar. Right now he's kind of broken, so you're gonna have to nerf him a bit, but I'm glad that he's actually being played at a high level. It truly is a balancing act, but only updating the game with balance patches once or twice a season is way too slow. The meta is getting really stale, and it really does need a shake up. Respawn, I hope you take these concerns to heart, and I'm looking forward to Season 5. Apex makes no sense, but it doesn't have to. Thanks for watching.